Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and today we are going to be starting the nodes. And the first thing I want to do here is see if using red nether brick will look better than the granite I currently have. Yeah, let's try that and see how that works. Now, what I want to do next is for the drop down area, I want to replace the stone with red nether brick. So therefore that way we would have something thematic going all the way down. So we won't have to deal with all this. Now for the rest of the area, I plan to use mainly regular nether brick. I'm just using the red nether brick here because I thought it'd be a nice contrast. So maybe some other places I will use it occasionally as a contrast block. And there you go. And there you go. Alright. Let's... Always the tricky bit here is mining all this stuff. How about we do it like that? Ouch! Well, there is that. So let's start that right there. Okay, good. And up. I think that works. And you can see we have the red nether brick going down here. And now I'm going to have the regular nether brick for a couple there. Then we can branch out and start enlarging this section as soon as I get a shovel. I've gotten rid of a lot of the gravel, so with that out of the way, we can head back to our pickaxe. I figure branch out a little bit. Now it's going to start out a little bit orderly, but it's not going to finish up that way, though I'm not very good at disorderly, so therefore it's probably going to turn into orderly in the end regardless. And there you go. And that's that, and then a little bit right here. The start of this reminded me somewhat of a nether fortress, which means maybe I could imitate some part of the style for this section, that I will have this regular strict section at the beginning, similar to what you get inside of a nether fortress, even though I don't think I have the same dimensions here. And then we'll have this branch off to the side that'll go downstairs, and then it'll transform itself into more open nether type there. So therefore we will have the style of the nether there, both fortress style and open area. Now, what I'm going to do for lighting though, since the nether isn't exactly known for its lighting, what I'm going to do is here I'm going to get this gravel. Alright. No, that's nether. We want nether. Okay, we want. It's going to try to make it as difficult for me as possible, isn't it? Alright, there we go. We will put the nether brick here. What I want to do is go one back, have nether brick all there in a real nether fortress. I think they go 2 or 3 deep for the nether brick, so that won't be a problem there. But what I want to do is I want to throw in some glowstone there. which I don't think you will see it. And then nether fences there. That way I will have some light, because that's going to be very important, because we don't want mobs spawning all over the place in here. Because you know what happens when mobs spawn all over the place and creepers come in, blow things up, and give you a generally bad day. Here we are for the nether fort section, and the glowstone here keeps us nice and lit, and it reminds you of another fortress. Not quite the exact same dimensions and all, but it'll work. So we come down here around the same thing. At the bottom of the stairs here, we transition into netherrack, since netherrack is the texture is the block of choice in the nether. So let's get this. So any exposed dirt or anything like that is going to be replaced with netherrack. Let's see if I could keep the general feel at the start, and then we could modify it here and there afterwards. Let's see. And I just cover it up rather than it can become too narrow if I just cover up. Okay, how about stage 1? Just cover it up. Then afterwards we can then make it a little bit widen out, because I think we are going to need it to be a little bit wider than it would be if I just covered everything up like this, especially when we get to the lava section. That, yeah, obviously that shows you just how impractical that is. So I think I want this to be a little bit more open, because the nether tends to be open. So yeah, just covering it up was certainly not the solution. Fortunately, netherrack is not exactly what I would call an expensive block. At least I tend to have an overabundance of just a trip to the nether. Netherrack all over the place. Nether brick, because it's a mess to cook and all that fun stuff. In fact, the only reason why I have a reasonable amount of enough nether brick to do the part of the build that I did was because of the smelter I created for the fire area. So let's get this up. I'm going to have to open this up a little bit. Let's go in out another one and a little bit further in. Yeah, I'm going to create a chamber all around here and then put on netherrack, because I think that would make it look a lot better. While I was digging around and opening up the area, I found this. Obviously I've been here before, seeing how there are torches all over the place. I also hear a zombie around somewhere, but maybe that little fun sound could just fit into the ambience to the area. I figure I will extend my plans for the netherrack to go a little bit further, to do some of this area, though not all of it. Where am I? I'm in my old mining tunnels. Well, amazing how all this stuff gets connected sometimes. I found the zombie, and apparently a skeleton too. Alright, well then, we apparently have some sort of major spawning area right inside of here that I didn't know about. Oh, it goes into the ravine. Oh yeah, never did get that ravine all settled out. Here is the result of my tinkering. This is our main room then for it, going from the fortress section into the nether-like area. Probably need to... Ooh, I don't want any stone showing at all, so therefore if there's any stone here, I need to cover it up. And of course I'm lining it with glowstone and the lava itself, since this is all stuff that is native to the nether. Lava, glowstone, and netherrack, and of course nether brick inside of fortresses. But of course, this is the node in here. You would think there has to be some sort of treasure. So what I'm thinking is perhaps adding some treasure. Let's raise the roof raise the roof up a little bit. If I can do this without getting myself fried. And what I'm thinking here, right, this is about as far as I am going to get it up here, is the idea is to have a treasure here. Because why are they coming into these? Because, you know, why come into this particular area or whatever, what's being protected, into the 4 elemental nodes. And as soon as I get that done, we will see. And the treasure will be a diamond block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this, of course, being suspended by magic. This is actually a ultra magic area and all that stuff. So therefore, I'm going to put this diamond block right here. There you go. You come down here and you see this floating diamond block right over here. So therefore, we have our elemental node of fire. Next, let's try the water node. So we'll do what we did last time. Whoops! Hopefully that's not included in what we did last time. And that is to do the sides, and we're going to be putting these in prismarine. And the reason why I'm using prismarine instead of prismarine brick here is one, because that's what I already had on the inner corner there, but most of all because I have 3 stacks of prismarine and I am pretty much out of prismarine brick. Yeah. And with it coming to the end of the season, I'm wondering, do I really want to go and grab some more prismarine brick? For the moment, no. For this room, I will go 4 out, just in a straight line, like so. It'll go out this way. Then this is going to narrow down a little bit, go up and down, and all sorts of fun stuff, and then eventually open up into a circular room. So you're saying, oh, and that circular room is going to be filled with water, right? Sort of. Actually, I'll be taking that away, and this entire area starting from here is going to be filled in with water. So we're going to go up. So that will be the water line up all through there. So therefore, when we go down a little bit and go up a little bit, you'll be doing this all while swimming. Oh, isn't that going to be fun? So let's do this. I'm going to save what little I have left in nether brick for the main room at the end. On the other hand, I decided to use the prismarine brick as a transition point, going from the entry area and then into the main room here, And the main room here is a circle. I just need to finish up on the rest of the prismarine, but as you can see on the floor, I've got a circle going all the way around. So therefore, I guess the actual shape of the room would be cylindrical. And that will be the room on here. Yes, I have the light here so you can see. I actually put enough light here so that nothing will spawn, though that will be moot as soon as I get all of the water in here, since there is, I was about to say there isn't much that could spawn in water. Then I thought, well, what about 1.13 when you have the drowned? But then even that's going to be moot because it's going to be lit up. So, but it is a reason to be lit up. But in any case, I'm not too sure that this world could be upgraded to 1.13 because there are some custom elements in there. And some custom elements aren't upgradable to that version. Alright, now for the ceiling. Now I have to be careful what I do on the ceiling because I am directly under the audience chamber where all those mushrooms are, which also means I'm directly under a slime chunk. Now I don't think any slimes will be popping in here, or at least not once the water comes in. Or it's possible that this room barely misses the slime chunk, but you could hear the slimes when they're bouncing up and down up in there, which I'm sure is going to give a real fun time to anyone exploring down here. You're exploring down in the water and you're hearing this hopping up and down of slimes coming up from the top, and you're wondering, where is that coming from? And here we have it. Almost. I ran out of prismarine. I've run out of prismarine brick, which means I have only one thing left that's appropriate that I can put in there, and that is sea lanterns. So what I'm going to do is I am going to line the entire top section with sea lanterns. Of course, taking away the prismarine that I have here, and that way I'll be able to finish up with the prismarine section, and that's probably the last of the prismarine that I'll be needing during the time on the server. So therefore, the finish up on the season's worth of prismarine. After replacing the edge with sea lanterns, I have 3 blocks of prismarine left, which is Alright, I have 3 prismarine bricks left. There we go. And that's what we have there. And now, I guess it's time to just add water. And I brought a bit of water with me, and I am sure that this is going to be a very painful activity to perform, because whatever I do, I'm sure the water is going to go into all sorts of directions that is going to make it painful to use. Let's go one step at a time, I guess. The only way I can think of filling this in is to put a solid block down at the bottom, and I'm going to fill in this like this. Have a layer on top that I leave that I'm going to fill in with water, and then after that I will remove the nether rack, and hopefully that will give me a nice watery area. We'll have to see about that, though this is going to take quite a bit of netherrack, and the reason I'm using netherrack is because netherrack is such the antithesis of what this build is going to be about, that if I see netherrack, I know that's what I need to remove. I didn't quite have enough nether wart with me, but the stone was enough on there. So now let's see if I can get this in here, trying to see if I could fill the room up with water all about. It looks like I succeeded in getting this level all the way through. Therefore, let me place the stone on the top layer. And once I do that, I can see what happens when I start to dig. Actually, I don't want to... Well, that section I guess I could put down for now, but let's stay on the top level for now. With that filled in, let's see what happens when I start chopping away. Other than having trouble breathing. It looks like it might be filling stuff in, but this is going to take a little while. Now, of course, it would have been a good idea if I had brought a potion of water breathing with me before I started doing all this. Isn't the wonders of hindsight being 20/20? And here we have the final product. The top here isn't perfect, but I think the sounds add a little bit something, so therefore I guess we'll leave that as is. And it does seem dangerous enough going through down here, and it is quite filled with water. And of course we have our obligatory diamond block here. That's in the center of this. And that also means that we are done with the water node. And that means that next time we'll be ready to start the air node, and if it goes as quickly as these two did, maybe even the earth. But we'll find that out in the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.